Hello, I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome, everybody, to We Need Help, the podcast. I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Izzy, and this week we did Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's The Life, Lessons, and Rules for Success by author, this was interesting. The author was actually a company called Influential Individuals.
Which is really weird.
It was like a kind of a ghostwriter, but they basically do series of books about like really influential, successful people. So that's... I tried to find out who actually wrote it, but I think it was just like a bunch of different authors that work for that company. So
it was good.
It was good.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. So.
I don't know if I'd waste another credit on it.
Yeah.
On Audible. It was only an hour and a half long, which is, I think, a big reason we chose it. And I love The Rock.
Yeah, for me it was an hour because I did it at 1.5. So.
I love it.
But
can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah, I really liked hearing about his life and his ups and downs, and then just how he achieved success. So I thought that was cool.
Okay, so I'm going to openly admit that I think less of people if they've had no problems in their life, if they've had no adversity in their life. So the fact that he's had a lot of adversity makes me like him more. Yeah. And I actively like people less when they haven't had adversity because they're just lamer people. So so I really love that he's been through a lot. Like he was homeless. He had a lot of he's been kicked off a Canadian football team, which how many of us can say that? He's spun gold out of everything every time he's hit the floor, he spins gold.
Yeah, and based on, obviously looks, because he's a good-looking chap, but personality, it's just his personality, his go-getter personality, so.
Okay, there was an internet rumor at one point that he was going to run for president.
Yeah.
And I'm not all about these celebrity presidents. I don't like them at all. It's not for me. I want some puny little lawyer or something to be my president. I don't want these fancy people. But I had heard that he was going to run for president, and I was like, he's got my vote. I don't even have to hear about his shit. But it was untrue. It was a lie.
Yeah. Wow, that's too bad. I would have voted for him.
I would totally vote for him. He gets it.
His campaign would have been just great.
Oh my God.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I'd be like, I can smell it. I can smell it. I can smell it right now. You got my vote. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, this week we're coming out of Christmas. How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was tough because I had COVID. I just literally Christmas Eve was the day I woke up and I was at the very end of COVID. So I woke up on Christmas Eve and I was like, I think I feel good enough to get out of bed. And that's
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so our house was just barren. There was no there was no decoration.
There was no Christmas spirit.
There was nothing because Maciek was just working hard at working
hard at being Maciek. Yeah. That's it's exhausting to be a man. I've decided it's just to be.
So I was coming out of that, and I was still in quarantine, so it was just the two of us and our dog, and I had ordered some catering that ended up every year I order from this company, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus because
they've done really
4
well
years this year they did a shit job. Everything was bad, and it was horribly small portions. So I thought we were going to have this abundance of food at least, and then in comes dried up, small, horrible portion. I actually wrote them a letter. I was like, this is unacceptable, you know?
Did you put them on the naughty list? They're on the naughty list.
They're on the naughty list, yeah.
They're on Izza's naughty list.
Yeah, so this Christmas was kind of, it was like what you would expect, like a Warsaw.
Like a Polish Christmas.
It was like,
this is what I'd like to, like, and now we would like to coin the term Polish Christmas.
It was very gray and like sad. But yeah, that was it. And I still wasn't feeling great. So
okay, so my picture looks a little different.
Yeah, what was like? Tell me about your happy Christmas. Let me live vicariously through the American
literally
Christmas.
the most opposite Christmas that I mean, like it's on the spectrum. Okay, so we had everyone over at our new house, which the house isn't done yet, but we have this pole barn that is amazing. We put a 12-foot tree out there. We stenciled the floor so it's really beautiful. We put a long, like 14-person table in it. I ordered all Chicago food in, so it was like amazing. And then even better, this is where like shit really like turns amazing. I got every single person in our family roller skates.
Oh my gosh, did everyone put them on?
We had a roller derby. And then we had gingerbread house competition, which they all turned out amazing. And we had fireworks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. It was like, and everyone, my sister Janice is in from California with her family, Jeffrey and little Jada Bird, her 4-year-old, who's just absolutely amazing. So we had a little one there, and that always makes Christmas better.
Yeah.
And then Scarlett's at a fun age at 10.
Yeah.
So, and then we had my nieces and my nephews, and it was just like everybody was together feeling it. We have, like we lost Jason's dad this year, so it's or last year. So it's like the holidays have been weird. Yeah. And we haven't had Sunday dinners and stuff since he died, and it's been like, but it really just like felt like the family was together for the first time. I'm telling you, it was so good.
Oh, that's all. How was the food? How was the Chicago food?
It was good. We've done that. This is I think our 4th year in a row.
Oh,
of bringing in Chicago food for Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. But I think what we're going to do next year is we're going to bring in another large, like maybe do San Francisco or something like that. You know, just do like different places.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I got the idea from my Uncle Dave and my cousin Tucker. They would do a theme every year. Mm-hmm. So it would be like different types of food, but my cousin Tucker's like this amazing 5-star chef. Yeah. So he could do it like from scratch. But yeah, so it was, I'm telling you, it was the best. And the worst part about it was Christmas morning. I said, Mom, I've fallen. I have nothing. I've fallen behind. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I have nothing from my kitchen because we're in limbo with the renovation and everything. And I was like, I'm just preparing for this to suck. And it was one of the best ones ever.
That's what happens. So yeah, that's what happens. I think the best Christmases I've had is when I've left the country. Like Maciek and I have had. We went to Israel one year, and we just left, and it was like really, really great. You know, it was just warm, and I love the food in Tel Aviv, and it was just like, I think, and then one year we went to India, and that was fantastic too. So I think I might next year just go somewhere warm and far away.
Well, your mom's just moved to Poland, right?
Yeah, and I think that was the bummer because I was like,
so there's no better time than now to leave. Just kidding, Mom. I didn't mean that. She's gonna cut me when I get to Poland.
I will cut you. So anyway, so what did you think of the book? Like, what was your opinion of the book?
The book was agree. It was a light read. It was easy. Like I said, I am prejudiced towards people who have had easy lives.
Yeah.
So I loved him more because we got to hear about all his adversity.
Yeah.
I used to have parties when he would be on what I thought it was WWF, but now it's WWE.
Yeah.
When he would be on it, like I remember that time. Like we would all.
You were a fan.
I didn't mean to be. Like I've never liked wrestling, but he had such a charisma that we'd all just get. It was almost like we were trying to be funny, but we kind of liked it.
Yeah.
You know, and we'd all just get it together. Any reason to get drunk.
Yeah.
When you're in your 20s. It's like, okay, looks like the royal wedding. Let's have a rager. You know, it's like anything and everything. But we would use that as a reason to get together and have a party.
Yeah.
So I remember him back then. And I just, every single time he does something else, I love him more.
Yeah. Yeah. He's, what I thought was really cool was he just seems like such a nice guy. Like he has a very good relationship with his ex-wife. She's like his manager. He has no issues with that. Yeah. Yeah,
I love people. Although I don't recommend it ever. Like, if you stop fucking somebody, don't stay friends with them.
Unless it's The Rock.
Unless you're The Rock, and then you can totally do it. Like, I mean, it's different when you have children with somebody, I know. Like, but I do have this big time theory that you can't, like, it should be unknown that any of my friends I would sleep with.
Yeah.
But if I have slept with you and I no longer want to sleep with you, we can't be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's cool. And he's got a child. He's got a little girl with her, right?
Yeah, a little girl with her,
and then he has
three children with his new wife, who's an actress. Her name is Lauren Hashian. She's an actress. So they got married, I think, in 2019.
What movies has she been in? I haven't even.
Yeah, that's going to have to be for the afterbirth.
Yeah, we're afterbirthing.
We're afterbirthing that. So the book was interesting because it was like, you know, the title is The Life Lessons and Rules for Success. And like half the book was just about his life. And then the second half of the book was just basically like 10 of his rules for success. So I thought that I liked it. I really liked it.
What was the first rule?
Be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. So that was the number one rule. Yeah. So be authentic, be yourself. And I think that's, you know what he learned, you know, just to.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to be somebody else when he, like, you know, when football shit the bed and he had to go back into wrestling and he was trying to do a different character.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out, and he just came back as himself, like just totally like himself, but a caricature. Yeah. And it was spun into gold, big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like Brene Brown says, if you show up and show up and be seen.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest thing to do.
I think what's hard is, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but I definitely experienced this. I wasn't exactly sure who I was, right? Like, or I maybe deep down I knew, but like there was all this fear that was blocking that. So I didn't be yourself. Like, what does that mean? I don't know, you know? And I think just turning 40 and figuring out what I hate doing, because everyone always tells me, like, you're a great salesperson. You should be in sales. I fucking despise sales. I hate sales. And my whole life I was doing sales, but I didn't like it. It's not me. I don't like it. I'm good at it, but I just don't like it. And so I was like telling myself, I'm a salesperson, you know? And so I think it takes a while to figure out who you are, you know, with everybody.
Yeah, when like some people just come with that center of self. Mm-hmm. And some of us, like first of all, if you're an empath, you have no idea what's your feelings and what are other people's feelings.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
So that's a hard thing to to get through, especially like my mom was 19, so she really didn't know how to separate her, like put in boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, when she was 19 when she had me. So that, like, that was hard. And I'm also a natural chameleon and mirror of people. Mm-hmm. If you're shitty, I'm going to be shitty. Mm-hmm. If you're kind, I'm going to be kind. Like, that's how I kind of made it in my world for a very long time. So I also was a natural salesperson, you know, just out of survival.
Yeah.
And I don't really love to sell either.
Yeah.
I actually hate to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like, okay. And I found that I was better at just promoting things I loved.
Yeah.
You know, but I can almost find something I love in anything.
Yeah.
That's that's also what makes me a pretty good salesperson. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to know who you are. And it's a process of elimination.
I think that's what his first rule. And when they were talking about his whole life, it was process of elimination. He tried football, wasn't it? He tried this and it wasn't it. And I'm going to kind of get to the end, because the very end of the book, after all the 10 rules, the author said he attributes everything he has to the gym. Like, the gym is his anchor, like working out. And that was from the very beginning. He always wanted, that's what he always wanted when he was a child. He would watch his dad in the gym, and his dad's like, yeah, you're too young to work out. And he kind of just grew into that, you know, like he tried football, he tried all these other things, they didn't fit. And, you know, that was like,
he's so cool. He's got, he just kept trying things. Yeah. Like, that's, all right, what's rule number 2?
Rule number 2 is surround yourself with the right people. So, you know, it's like you become the 5 people you hang out with the most. So that was it. Like, surround yourself with the right people. There's a saying that I love. It's show me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. You know, so. Yeah,
you are who you hang out with. That's where that whole thing comes from.
Yeah.
I've been a shitburger several times.
What does that mean, a shitburger?
I've hung out with some pretty unsavory people.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Sometimes I think I did it because they made me feel better about myself. And other times I thought I was just like, I'm just not judgmental. And I honestly think sometimes people who are not as clean of a person, like, they're more fun and funny.
Yeah. There's a saying in recovery, stick with the winners, you know, meaning there's some people like that I know that will go and, you know, they'll go to rehab and they'll befriend all of the lost causes, you know, and then there's some people who will like befriend all the therapists. I was the one that was befriending the therapists. Like, I wanted to rise above, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of instinctively felt that, you know.
Yeah. I think I instinctively would be like go with people I had more in common with, which were maybe a little bit more of, you know, people who had a little bit longer journey to you know, like,
they got some work to do.
Yeah. They're just like, honestly, I'd rather hang out with people that are I always have. Just more funny, and you have to like go through. You have to be in a not a weird place, but you've had to have gone through some stuff to be funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never met somebody who just like had the perfect childhood that is funny.
I'm trying to think.
There's none. I've already looked. It's like trying to find a nice blonde man.
Not happening. So rule number 1, be yourself. Rule number 2, surround yourself with the right people. Rule number 3, have an incredible work ethic.
I'm there.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've got.
Yeah.
How about you? I know you do too.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, I'm a hard worker. I'm a really hard worker. So I can't imagine being unemployed. It just wouldn't, for me, like...
I respect hard workers, but here's, like, it has to be a hard worker in everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I respect people who ain't allowed about their laundry, people who, like, anything they do, if they try really hard at it, I respect that.
Yeah. And I think that was him as well. Rule number 4, never give up. And I think that was evident in his story. Like, he was kicked off the football team. Like, he had injuries. He was... Yeah. He kind of badgered his dad the whole time because he wanted to learn wrestling. And, he didn't just say, okay, no, well, he doesn't want to teach me, then no, I'm not going to do it. He was just, like, persistent, not giving up in that. So that was evident. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm a kind of a quitter. I don't like to do things that I don't like to do.
Yeah.
So I do give up. I uncle sometimes.
But if it's something that you really, really...
Yeah. If I want it, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And every single woman in my family is like that.
Oh, okay.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I looked around at my sisters and my nieces, and we're all just like these fucking powerhouse women.
There's a lot more women in your family.
Men can't survive.
Like, all the men just...
They die.
Oh, man.
My brother died. My son died. I mean...
I wonder what that's
We have one.
On, like, a cosmic scale.
Yeah, I don't know. My dad says the funniest thing. He said, I wanted to be surrounded by women. I didn't mean for them to be my daughters. But I've got like 9 nieces, 1 nephew.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, there's a lot of women in our family. And it's because my mom makes powerhouse women. Mm-hmm. She does.
That's cool. She is. That's her superpower.
Yeah, that's her superpower. She does. She's incredible in that way. Like, both my sister, Katie, and I, Janice, we were just sitting around a table, and I was looking at us. I'm like, and then my nieces, Alex and Molly, like, and Scarlett is fierce, and then now we have Jada. Yeah. It's like, these people are going to get anything and everything they want in life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no weakness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
cool.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right. Rule number 5, find purpose. So that was rule number 5.
I'm so tired of people's purpose.
I know. All right. Rule number 5, find purpose.
You know what our purpose is? To laugh. That's a laugh a lot.
We want to be the friends that make people laugh. That's it.
That's our purpose.
Rule number 6, embrace failure, which I think that's the biggest one. Like, one of the biggest ones. Yeah.
There is nothing worse than somebody who is afraid of failure.
Yeah. I was watching...
They're destroyers.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 6. And there was
She's recently had COVID, guys.
I know. I was like watching everything. I'm like, what's left? There's something left on Netflix.
You got to the end of Netflix.
I was like, what?
I love RuPaul.
Yeah. So there's a drag queen, Eureka, on there who they had like a session where they were like truth telling, and they were kind of ripping on her. And then she took the negative things that people were saying about her, and she made it into, they were supposed to make little cartoon characters, and she used it in her cartoon character. She made a joke of it, and she used it. Yeah. All the negative things they were saying about her, and I was like, that's what's up. That is what is up.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't let her, it was just like she took her defects and she made it into this really funny character. So I loved it.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was inspiring.
Yeah. One of my parents said I was acting like their mother, and I said to myself, I was like, hot mom.
MILF. I'd do me.
You wish. You wish. That's making a positive, turning a negative into a positive.
Exactly. Hey, how have you embraced failure in your life?
In any way and every way possible.
This podcast. It's just
this podcast is like
it's a catalog of our failures in life.
Now I'm just looking for failure to laugh about.
Yeah. It's like, damn it, I haven't failed this week. Nothing's funny.
Oh shit, I got through this book and it like taught me something. Fuck. Oh man.
Yeah.
I know. Like there's just absolutely, I mean, I can honestly say it. There is nothing that has happened to me that I haven't somehow parlayed into a positive.
Yeah.
You know, like we could take the most horrific things. I lost my child. Nobody has ever walked away from me not knowing how I feel about them.
Yeah.
That is something that's hard to say at 44 for most people. Like when you walk away from me, you're going to know I love you. You know, and if you don't, then it's something you're choosing not to hear.
Yeah.
You know, so I parlayed that into loving every single person better.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much. I feel sorry for Scarlett sometimes.
Oh, really?
Because I love her too much.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, and
Can
then
you love too much though? What?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know that it's possible. I know you can love too little, so like just pour it on thick.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather have too much than not enough.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Way. That's yeah. But I mean, like, what, like, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking of all my failures that I'm so happy that happened.
Yeah.
Divorce. You know, trying to think. I've had some weird, like, you know, things that I'm kind of embarrassed about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, or that I should be embarrassed about. Like, I've had some pretty good failures. Like, I did get, I was not, I didn't get convicted of it, but I got 2 DUIs in like 1 month.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't get convicted. And that just goes to show you that our legal system is fucked.
Well, can you tell the story of your DUIs?
Well, I got a DUI, deserved it. Got out of it.
Well, can you tell the circumstances around it, or would you rather?
Well, I mean, it's just, it's not that I was driving drunk.
Yeah,
I got pulled
I get
over.
that.
Like, that's it. I mean, it's not like I hit anybody or anything like that, thank God. But I could have. There was a good 7 years where I could have killed somebody almost every night.
Yeah.
Jesus drove home.
Yeah. Take the wheel.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but it was not after my brother died. I can't remember why I was drinking so much. But I got out of it, and they were like, you know, so all of my friends were like, just don't leave the city limits. Nobody in this town's going to give you a DUI. Mm-hmm. Nobody. And I was like, okay, I just won't leave the city limits.
Yeah.
And I got like the one cop that would give me a DUI.
Yeah.
Gave me the second one. So I had to get out of that. And I had the best lawyer in the business. Always pay for like good lawyers, people. But like, you know, that has, I mean, I probably, had I not gotten that, had that happen, I would be dead.
Yeah.
I would have never learned not to drunk drive.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, I wouldn't, like, I think, and from that point on, I was like, listen. And this is before Uber, you guys. Like, if you fucking get a DUI now, you're just an idiot.
You're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just an idiot.
What's interesting in Poland, people really, drunk driving is not a big thing here. In the States, like, people will have a beer and then they'll drive. Like, in Poland, people will not, if they drank the night before, they will not drive in the morning. I was really shocked when I moved here because you think Polish people, vodka, like it's a big drinking culture, but it's not a big drinking and driving culture. Not like in the States or, where people were just.
Well, I don't think do people drive as much there? We have all this vast land. It feels like more people drive around here.
Yeah, I think that's true as well. Because
you
have in school, you have driver's ed, right? Like I had driver's ed in school, and then you go and when you turn 16, you get your license. Here, you have to sign up for a separate school.
Yeah.
And you have to take driver's lessons, and then you have to go get your driver's. It's like a big thing, and you have to pay all this money, and so it's a lot harder to get your license. So that's why I think.
Yeah, I feel like the culture's not as drivable.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
If Poland is in fact real. But yeah, so how about you? Like what I mean, I love that I know your stories and you have like the most amazing failure and return. The failure return.
I think once I got into sobriety, that was when I learned that my garbage could be spun into gold. My shit could be turned into fertilizer, right? But before that, I would just fail and just I would just give up. So like, kind of like.
Do you think that working in sobriety, and this is just don't you think it's like an accepting of shame?
Yeah, in a way. It's an acceptance of your character defects, big time, and accepting that you're human, and not beating yourself up for being human and making mistakes.
Yeah. I think that because it's every time you talk about it, it like reminds me of when I read Daring Greatly for the first time, and the accepting of what is wrong with me.
Yeah.
And kind of leaning into it.
Yeah, and using it using it because now when I work with girls that are struggling to deal with their addictions, like I can use all of my failures as stories to help them. And when a girl calls me crying because of a situation, I can say, "Oh, the same thing happened to me." Yeah, and that the failures are the hard hitting stories, not the successes.
Yeah, I swear, I think we're here to connect on pain. It's the one thing we have in common.
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed pleasure in this life, but I'm going to tell you, you will feel pain.
And I think looping it back to the book, he failed a lot. He was kicked off football teams. He was,
his production company is called $7 Production.
Yeah, because at one point he only had like $7 on his account, and that was it. And he turned that failure into the name of a fantastic production company. So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
So we're going to call our production 2 DUIs and Addiction Production.
2 DUIs and a crackhead.
Wow. I just cracked my head.
Speaking of cracks, awesome. I just cracked my head. Should we do a Bansa break?
Let's do a Bansa break. We'll be right back. Thank you all for listening to the We Need Help podcast. We actually need your help. You can become a member of the We Need Help movement. Izza, can you tell us how?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's this really cool service called Patreon where you can support artists, people doing different projects, people like us. You basically go to the www.patreon, that's patreon.com/We Need Help podcast. And you can subscribe a monthly donation every month. Stipend, yeah, for just $1 a day. You would be helping us out greatly. And if you become a Patreon, you get access to exclusive content. You get a say in what we do because every month we're going to be picking somebody and they get to pick a book that we're going to review. So you actually have a bit of a say in the art that we produce, which is really cool.
And you get to go to heaven.
Yes. That's the number one thing. You get to go to heaven. So
if you don't do it, you're going to hell. But if you do it, you get eternal life.
How awesome is that? For just $1 a day, eternal life.
I mean, eternal life for $1 a day.
So again, we would really appreciate your support. It costs money to do this, by the way.
It costs money.
It does. Time yeah, we were shocked. We were shocked. We're like, what?
But I do want to say thank you guys for listening, and we would appreciate any support you could give us.
Yeah, we just want to get better, and we want to grow, and we want you to grow with us. So that's awesome.
We have big plans.
We got some big plans. So please become a part. Log on to www.patreon.com/We Need Help podcast, written together. And Patreon is spelled patreon.com/We Need Help podcast. And then you just click on become a Patreon. You can do PayPal, you can do credit card, you can put it on whatever. We don't care how. Just do it. Just do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you so much.
We love you. Welcome back from the Bento break. Yeah. Okay, so what's the next rule, Izzy?
Okay, the next rule is just bring it. Just bring it.
Bring it. Bring it, bitch.
Which I think just do it. Just bring it.
Just bring it. I feel like a dance-off is about to happen.
Just bring it.
Bring it. Oh, step up.
And I think that just means, bring the energy, bring your personality, just do it.
Yes.
Just don't be afraid. So I think that's
don't be mousy. Don't be like a little sliver of yourself. Bring it.
Yeah, just bring it. Show up. What was that? Another Brene Brown quote. She had another quote
up.
like, don't shrink yourself down or something. She had this thing, like, don't make yourself smaller.
I feel a daring greatly coming on, y'all.
Like, this is a book about Dwayne Johnson, and all we're doing is quoting Brene Brown.
Because they have a lot in common.
Yeah.
They do. They're both funny. They're both authentically themselves. They're both amazing. Do I smell a presidency and a vice presidency? Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness. How The Rock and
I can't imagine. That's a dream team in the White House right there.
That is.
I'd like to put let's get that going. I'm manifesting that.
Okay.
I was listening to Armchair the other day, and somebody said they're annoyed by manifesting. Like, people saying I'm manifesting, they're like, what the fuck does that mean?
You know why? I think because people look at you like you're not God. Like, look at you with your God complex.
Yeah.
What are you, the creator? Like,
yeah. I kind of think, like they say God's within you. I kind of do think I'm a little got that in me a little bit.
I think we all do, but I think like some people think it's all them.
Yes, I am God.
Yeah,
I'm connected.
But it's about connecting to that higher source.
I know,
it's
but
not
now
about it's not about being the higher source. Okay.
The word it's starting to annoy me now.
Source,
because manifesting. I'm manifesting. Now I've got to find a new word for that because I use that a lot.
Yeah.
So
maybe we'll
figure that out.
Brainstorm and bring a new word to the afterbirth.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
So rule number 8: earn respect. Yeah,
he's got my respect.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he's been featured in Merriam-Webster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
His word is smackdown.
That's his word.
That's his word.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he invented that word.
I had no idea. And I think jabroni is also up for getting in Webster.
Okay, what is jabroni? I know, I'm bad. I didn't research.
I don't know, but I think it's a put down, like you're a jabroni. But I thought that was that thing that did the ice.
Okay, we're going to have to afterbirth
jabroni. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what is it? Earn respect, which means like you have to do shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's the opposite of entitlement, right? So it's just like, just work for it, don't just sit there and be like, give it to me, so yeah. So and I think he has worked for it.
Oh God, yeah. He's got my respect. Even if he just did Moana, he's got my respect.
Yeah. Be persistent. That's his 9th rule, is to be persistent.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. But I think, you know what? I'm on this podcast. I don't want to say podcast support group, but it's like a podcast community on Facebook. And
could you invite me to that? You'd be like my loser partner. She's probably been talking about me the whole time.
Like, I can't stand who I'm like my co-host.
My co-host is such a cunt.
She's so annoying. No, but it's so people ask, like, what is your number one advice for succeeding with a podcast? Consistency. It's gonna just be consistent. Just keep putting the episodes out there. And that's the persistent. Fall down 7, get up 8. And just keep going. So
just keep going, keep trying.
Yeah. And 10, his last rule is learn to listen. Know your role and shut your mouth.
And he would say that on wrestling.
Yeah, know your role and shut your mouth. So learn to listen. Yeah. So learn to listen to those smarter than you. Which few and far between, but
excuse me, but that's all we do.
Yeah. So his 10 rules for success: be yourself, surround yourself with the right people, have an incredible work ethic, never give up, find purpose, embrace failure, just bring it, earn respect, be persistent, and learn to listen. So, yeah.
I love it.
But you know what? The thing that I got most out of this book was at the very end, when they were just talking about his work ethic in terms of going to the gym. He gets up at 3:30 in the morning. He prepares for his day. He goes to the gym. He works out for 2 hours a day. And I was just really inspired by that because
So you've been working out 2 hours a day since
I haven't,
this book?
but this book has inspired. This book, above all others, has inspired me to start working out every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Because
that's amazing.
He owes a lot of his success to that.
I think, you know what, like I've been so bad about it since we moved to the condo because I just don't like working out there. Mm-hmm. I bought that Lulu mirror. Have you seen it? Lululemon's mirror?
With the trainer in the mirror.
With the lady that does, yeah. I bought that yesterday, day before.
And how have you tried it?
My home gym. No, they have to come and install it, and the home gym's not going to be done for 6 months.
Okay.
But I can use the workouts.
Yeah.
Anytime. So even on my laptop and stuff like that. But I think I want to do that too. I want to be like The Rock.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of his energy is endorphins. He said the gym is his anchor. And he it kind of focuses him, and he goes in, and that just really, I don't know why that part out of all the whole book that inspired me the most, but I think that's what's missing.
Yeah.
I have all the other ingredients, but that's what's missing in my life. So, and I think I'm right there with you because I worked out every day or 3 or 4 times a week for 9 years, and I've just quit. I don't know, like it's just, and I know I'm low on energy, but I know it's the one thing that will give me more energy. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do that with you.
And is that what you're taking out from this book as well, or what was sort of your takeaway from this whole book?
Well, I love how he is spread out in all different industries. Yeah. I love that. So I think that's one thing I'm taking.
Yeah.
2, I do realize pretty hardcore that I judge people who haven't had any adversity. But I kind of knew that. But I think I am going to take the gym thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I really am. Like, I'm not even going to wait till the 1st. What's your New Year's resolution going to be? Do you have it?
The gym part. Yeah, I know that's like such a cliche New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
but I just really feel it in my bones that that's what I need.
I've had some really weird New Year's resolutions. Like one, I was going to keep Kleenex in the car, which still helps me to this day.
Okay.
But, I think that I am going to be solely focused on my body and health this year.
Good.
I'm going to get right back to that. And Scarlett's too. I looked at her, I'm like, she's eating dye in her food now. I don't know how the hell this got a hold of. She's eating Skittles and shit all the time. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened? I've lost the reins here.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you, The Rock, and I cannot wait for the next book that we're doing because it's going to be.
Would you like to say what it is?
It's Chuck Norris's book. I forgot the title, but we're having Lizzie's sister.
Against All Odds, and Katie, I used to call her Kajit. Too Kajit to quit. Hey. Because her name's Catherine Jill Turnipseed. So Kajit was her. Too Kajit to quit. Too Kajit to quit. Hey. And then, we named her Chuck Norris when she was painting our house. And she would paint between her daughter puking. So her daughter had the flu, and she would go clean up the puke and then come paint the wall and then come hold her daughter's hair to puke and then paint the wall some more. And so Jason and I named her Chuck Norris, and it's just stuck.
Yeah.
We call her Chuck all the time. Her email involves Chuck Norris. I'm not going to give it over. She's going to get a bunch of emails. But she's literally the most hilarious human being on earth.
I can't wait to meet another family member of yours.
She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. So I can't wait to have her on the show.
I can't wait to do the Chuck Norris book too. That is just gold. That is just gold.
It's gold. We're going to take so much of it. And, it's going to be good because he works out all the time, too.
Yeah, this is perfect for the new year. So, yay!
Yeah, we're going to take after Chuck Norris in 2022. 2022? How the fuck is that happening?
I don't know.
2022.
I'm glad it's happening. This has not been.
Where is my flying car?
That's 2025. That's still.
Oh.
Yeah. 2022 is, I don't know what's happening here.
I'm pissed. I want my flying car. And I never thought I would make it this long.
Yeah.
I mean.
Here we are.
Here we are. And we will see you next Tuesday, y'all.
Next Tuesday.
I love you, Izzy.
Love you, Lizzie.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Rate and follow us if you like us. If you don't, please don't.
And come visit us at www.theweneedhelppodcast.com. There you can find show notes, links for books. You can join Audible, which is, how we actually read our books. We listen to them. And we have special exclusive content just for you. Also, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon account. That's where you can support us financially because we need it. And it can be anywhere from $1 to $100 billion a month, whatever you can afford. And the link to our Patreon account is www.patreon, and that's spelled patreon.com/We Need Help Podcast. And you can support us on there. We would really appreciate it because we do need help.
Awesome. And we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Thanks,
Bye.
loves. Bye.